Hey Zoe, I'm so excited to be with you. I always love Zooming you, and I'm sure our attendees are so looking forward to asking questions. And we are here to help. We're here to help you. Please type in where you are, and at the bottom of the chat, make sure it says to everyone. Hello, Elizabeth from Seattle, and Claudia from Olaf from Brazil, and Jan Brooklyn, Seattle. One day I'm gonna get a camper bus and visit everybody in the US and Canada, and then fly around.
One day I would just love us to have a map that we could see, where we could see like every different attendee of what we've got on the courses, because it really is super global, isn't it? It's great.
So great. Kim, would you pop up the poll? Because we like to see a little bit about you, so we know it's totally anonymous, but just so we have a sense of if we're talking to people who know maths or haven't taken a maths course, and your goals, we can speak to your goals. So that's super helpful.
It's great to see so many people here. That's lovely.
Yes.
Hello to everyone.
Yes.
Lilla, how's your day? How's your day so far?
My day's been really great. Well, it's only noon here, and well, let me show you some products. So I just saw this. This came in from Katie Vernon. It's a new book.
Ooh,
and
I love the color.
Isn't it gorgeous? I don't have the book, so I printed out the cover from Amazon so you could all see, because we're talking books today. This is from the interior. How great is that? It's not reproduction, but you get the picture.
I love that. I've met Katie once, and to me that the whole essence of this project really speaks to me of her personality. I feel like I can, having even just met her that one time when I was at your house, the retreat, and I think that really shines through. You can see her personality coming out.
I want to tell you what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about a few of our favorite books, and we're going to tell you what I as an agent and Zoe as an art director and author, and I'm an author too, by the way, a few of our favorite books and why they're successful, or top tips, just whatever is helpful to you. We're going to do a journaling exercise on the kind of book you should create, nonfiction arty book, which is my new course launching April 2023. Q&A, you can ask us anything or put your questions in the chat. We'd love a volunteer to pop up later, and you can ask us anything. Maybe we'll look at your work online. Maybe I'll do Career Tarot. And we're going to give away my kid book pitch, the course on writing and illustrating your own picture book, super hot market. I want to give you some reminders too. Jot this down. Beth and I will be doing a Zoom on creative career success. She is a powerhouse of creative success. She goes, like right now, she's in Japan for a month researching her next book on Japanese writing. I don't even know exactly because it's secret, but she'll tell me eventually.
I love that. She's like a method writer. She puts herself in the environment that she's going to write about, and it just, I mean, who knows where all those creative sparks are going to come from, but she puts herself in the right place for it to receive it. It's beautiful.
Well, it's so interesting. Like, you're an art director, but you're also an author. I'm an agent, but also an illustrator. Not really anymore, but also an author, an e-course teacher. Oh yeah, and you're an e-course teacher. So do you see the richness of diversity you can have in a creative career? It's unbelievable, all these income streams.
Well, do you find that these income streams have sort of happened as well through saying yes to ideas and projects that you never thought would come along, but also one feeds the other? As you know, like, I feel like I'm a better art director for teaching this course, and I'm sure the writing would never have happened if we hadn't done the course together. So it's like, do you find the same thing? Your little stars align?
It just evolves. Yeah, one thing leads to the next, my mother always said. And the more success you have, the more opportunities you get. That's why I like success. You get more opportunities, and you can dream up stuff like Creative Bug just asked me if I wanted to teach a course on anything I wanted out in San Francisco. They'll fly me out.
Wow,
So we'll film that.
that's very exciting.
It's going to be on writing for creatives, which I'm passionate about now. That's my whole thing, and it's a great opportunity. Okay, another reminder. Don't forget that free video series, which is almost honestly a course. I couldn't stop. It was supposed to be like a short little video. I'm like, Beth, it's like, I've written the script. It's like 5 really long videos. She's like, fine. And that is free 5-part video series. And also, I want to show you this. We'll get down to business soon, but I want to show you this. So if you go to Instagram, this is the Matt's Instagram. How pretty. And if you scroll down to this, and if you leave a comment on this one, okay, if you leave a comment, then you possibly, we will pick a winner. One winner will win a 45-minute consultation with me on your work. I'm very positive and supportive. So anyway, do that. And that's you. You can't pay to get, I don't do consultations. So this I thought would be a fun thing. So do leave a comment and do watch it. It's, how many of you have watched the 5-part video series? Type in. Yeah, it's really useful and another income stream for you. Good. Oh, thank you, Becky. She just put the link there for it. I guess you can find it on the homepage of Make Art That Sells. Speaking of the poll, let's see how many newbies. Oh, we have quite a few people who have not taken a Matt's course yet. Of course, the majority of you have, so that's good. Okay, and great news, great news. This is brand new, hot off the press news. Matt's now is offering 5-part installments, 5-part installments payment plan. So for My Year Live and My Year All, the biggies. So you can go to college with Lilla for a year and Zoe and really crush your career and pay in installments. So that's really cool. Becky, how do they find out about that?
I think we've got Louise on the call as well, which is nice.
In here?
The gang's all here, and British Jenny. Hi.
I love
the gang's all here.
Oh, I'm
Oh, for anyone who hasn't done a maths class, there's me and Lilla at the front here, but behind the scenes we have this amazing team of people supporting us, and they're all here in the chat, so they'll be putting links and telling you what's what. Oh, Brian's here. Hi, Brian. Hey.
Greg. That's so nice. Okay. Brian.
Erica, just take courses.
It's
so really, great.
I think also because I was an illustrator for a dozen years, I was in your shoes. Like, I get it. Like, I just wanted to be an illustrator so much. Like, just pay me to make pictures. Okay.
Oh, the comments are so lovely. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Greg. It's really nice.
Oh, I signed up for Get Me a Book Deal because of the installment option, says Ginger. Yay. Yay, yay. Best investment I ever made, Lydia says. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so let's see. 71% of you, your career goal for the next 12 months, number 1 is build a portfolio. Well, you've come to the right place. And then we have get my work in front of the right people and illustrate a picture book and write an illustrate picture book. Those are all really high. Learn insider tips, be part of a creative community. Okay, let me tell you about Zoe. For those of you who don't know her, I don't know how that's possible. She's an art director and author. She's a freelance art director, designer, and writer of children's books. Her clients are like all the top. Scholastic, Penguin Random House, right? Who are your clients?
Yeah, currently I'm working with Dawn Kindersley, which is part of Penguin Random House here. Quarto, Francis Lincoln, Magic Cat, which is a new independent publisher we have here, doing really beautiful books, and Scholastic. Scholastic I have been with for over 15 years, so I'm part of the furniture in the UK team, which is lovely.
And the beauty is because she's freelance, she gets to work with her she gets to pick and choose what projects, and so she really knows her stuff. She's worked with so many artists. With over 20 years of experience, she has worked on quite literally hundreds of books, literally from baby books right up to young adult. Her main passion is for picture books and narrative storytelling. That's stories with a plot. She teaches my kid book pitch. We teach together my kid book pitch, illustrating children's books plus, which is instantly downloadable, and boot camp special character play. Who took boot camp special character play last year? The first time we offered it, I think, and it's with Riley. It's such a good way. If you don't know what to take, just take the boot camps. If you are new,
that's such good advice, isn't it? It's a bite-sized little snack.
Right. Mine, they're like each for 3 months. So you get something every Monday. Mine is portfolio. So you don't know what markets and what assignments, but it's really, really helpful. And then Zoe's, of course, is about picture book, and Riley his edition is toys. So it's all on the website. Don't forget to download the free cyber guide. Have you done the worksheets in the cyber guide? Did you enjoy getting worksheets? How's that going for you? I know I had like a big, huge quiz in there. Did that quiz actually?
I love that. Doesn't that just take you back to in England, we used to have a magazine, Just 17 and Smash Hits, which I had as a kid, and there was always a quiz in there, you know, A, B, or C, and you'd go through it, and then you'd get to the end and it'd say, you're mostly B, and it would tell you your personality type. I'm like, ah, brilliant. Oh, you're going to fall in love with Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Oh, great. I know, I like quizzes because they get you to reflect. You're not just passively reading, you're engaging. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So so now let's go back to, these just came in the past few days. You've seen this book, but the paperback version just came out, which is great. Beautiful. One of our artists, Osa Galand, she's Swedish but lives in Jakarta, Indonesia, with her Indonesian husband and children. And she makes—
Who is the publisher?
Macmillan, one of the top 5.
Nice. Yeah.
She is very busy working full-time doing picture book illustration. She's working on one she's written, but she's so busy. I'm trying to get her to work on it with me some more, but okay. And then OMG, look what's inside. Look at this. Is that the greatest? It's so cute.
Who has done that?
Who did that? Did you go?
Yeah.
They do a lot of illustration. Oh, I'm unboxing. Oh, everything's wrapped up, so I won't take your time.
Who's the illustrator?
Oh, sorry. Yes, of course. Tara Lilly. Isn't that gorgeous?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, so beautiful.
I look at something like that and I instantly see how you could make a board book out of that little character, and the color palette and the decorative elements on the front. Very nice.
What just happened is what art directors do. You can do the work for any of my courses and it'll get picked up for other markets. It's cool. This is by why are you not telling me? Oh, this is by Takeda Andrews. She did the illustration on the cover with, this is Tommy Nelson Publishers, and a bunch of interior illustrations too.
Oh, fab. I like that concept on the front, you know, the two different hands holding the piece. That's nice. Friendship.
That
Beautiful.
nice. And then, okay, you're not going to guess this one. Peel and Stick Wallpaper. This is also by Katie Vernon.
I need.
Isn't that
I
incredible?
need.
How fun is that? It's very hefty.
Oh my goodness. So I've moved into my studio space. I am in a shared studio. This is my home, but I'm in a shared studio and I have a blank wall behind me. And right now it's just got an old whiteboard on it. So I need something like that. That would look amazing.
Kim, do you know where they can buy this? Maybe Kim will type in where I threw out the link.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Who is the client?
I don't even know. It's wallpaper. It's Katie Vernon. I don't know.
I'll see if I can find it.
Okay. And then this is a book. So that my artist, I know, Katie Vernon, she just got her another like third or fourth one picked up. She wrote and illustrated it through my course.
I felt so lucky to read that at pitch stage, and I'm just so happy it's been picked up. It's really fantastic. If you guys get your hands on a copy, it's really clever, and I feel like there's a lot of heart and soul in it.
It's hilarious and emotional. And she just has a new one. Kim, maybe you can help me. I think, is that one released or was picked up? She's so busy. I don't, whatever. And then tell us about this one. So, wow.
Yeah, I brought this one along today, Lilla, because I was thinking, what is the gold for me about our maths classes? And we're slightly going off our topic, but really, whenever the classes run, I always love seeing students at all stages in their journey. I'm so proud of new people that join this, that make that take the plunge and think, I'm going to have a go at this. I absolutely love it, and we're here for you. There are always people in the classroom that are professional level, and it's really, I feel so humbled that they're in our classroom working with us. And every time the Illustrating Children's Book course in particular runs, every single time within the first week, I'm like, oh, who's that person? Oh, I need them. And Tisha Lee is this fantastic illustrator. And she did some character work. It was a story that Lilla wrote for the course. I think it was I Paint Purple, maybe was the first one she did for us. And in that, there was a little girl character, and I remember seeing it. And at the time, the publisher that I was working with had this text. I remember seeing it, Lilla, and thinking, that is exactly what I need. And the character pieces were rather like these illustrations on this page here. I hope you can see them. Yes. Okay. And it's just like the warmth of these characters together. I just thought, yeah, she just captured that friendship. There's a really gentle, unspoken friendship between these two characters within the text. She's absolutely perfect for the book. And this is just one example. There's been many books that I've commissioned off the back of our maths classes.
So you saw her in class, and you then offered her the opportunity to illustrate that manuscript for that picture book.
Yeah.
It is.
And I've done that, I would say maybe half a I mean, the classes run, did we decide 7 times or 8 times?
I don't know.
I think in total, I've probably commissioned at least, I don't know, between half a dozen and a dozen myself. And then for a couple of people, I do work where I'm invited in to conceive ideas for projects. So I might not see the whole project through, but I am always putting maths students forward for these kind of projects, because it's just such a great way to get new talent onto a list and to give them that first moment. So yeah, for me, but one of the great things about our course is finding that new talent. But you must feel the same with the agency as well.
Oh, it's all. I have taken on one artist outside of maths, I think, in the past many years, And it's just, I take them from the class because I get to know them. I see them. By the way, Katie's wallpapers through Brewster Home. Thank you, Kim. Kim put a link and just put a link
I'm
for
writing it down.
illustrating picture books, illustrating children's books. So Ginger asked the book before. Tisha's is Katie's. It's pretty fabulous. And then another one with an artist my artist who wrote and illustrated a book pitch and got the deal. And this just came out and it's really touching and another social emotional.
And Erica's here today in the comments, so that's lovely. She's with us.
Isn't that gorgeous? Look
It's so good.
Oh, Zoe, you know what I want to do? Can you hold up Tisha's book again where you showed the character sitting? And you've taught us a lot about poses. Would
You
you?
mean these?
Yeah, inside, or let's see on the.
I see the pieces inside, these ones.
Yeah, the boy sitting there with his legs like on his knees and she's hunched. Like,
Yeah.
will you speak to that about poses?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things we spend so much time in class doing is trying to, we teach what I would call the believability of a pose. And what I mean by that is we talk about observation. So let's say your character is bending down to pick something up off the floor. And maybe the thing they're picking up off the floor is really heavy. We work in the class to think about where the weight in the figure is, how the figure bends, how the legs bend, how the arms bend. Maybe they don't bend. Imagine a character playing tug of war. The arms are like super straight as they're straining and pulling. So we talk about tension and weight in the figure. And by contrast, we do the opposite. We think about like if a character is jumping in puddles or perhaps bouncing up and down on the bed, trying to get the lift in the figure. So how the shoulders might come up and the hair might come up and bring that kind of energy and movement to the pose. We spend a good week doing that. We spend a week doing expression and emotion. And quite often, Lilla, with portfolio samples, I'll see a really great character, but the character is always in the same smiley position. And actually, so much of what makes a character rich and three-dimensional is when you get characters, I don't know if you can see these two on the bottom, where they're not super smiley, they're engaged in what they're doing, they're intent on what they're doing. And so we talk a little bit about how you can bring that emotional range into your characters. I mean, it's the thing that, I hope you can tell, it's the thing that in my job I absolutely love. And I'm quite often saying to people in the studio, oh, could you just reach up onto the top shelf that's just a little bit too high to get that glass? And I watch what my colleague does, how they stand on their tiptoes and reach up, and then I try and capture that and art direct from that point.
You know what I love about being a creative person is maybe this is true in other fields, I don't know, but you can learn endlessly. And a lot of the learning, like poses, the level of information that you can put into your drawing to communicate the stretching, the pulling, all the things that's always said. It's just cool. Yeah. Oh, I have some more. I'm just going to show. How about I segue now into arty books, and then Zoe, you talk about picture books, and then we'll get into all our good stuff. Don't forget, we're giving away a course. So I want to talk about arty books because we talked earlier in the Zoom about how one thing leads to the next. And my job as an agent is to find opportunities for our artists, and books are one of the hugest opportunities. That's why I teach so many book courses with Zoe, the illustrating picture books, children's books, my kid book pitch, which is writing and illustrating a picture book pitch. And then there's my new course, my arty book. And this is an arty book. I'm going to show you about 5 of them and explain in a nutshell. An arty book is all those books you want to buy that you see at like Anthropology and Urban Outfitters. And here we have Erica Root again. She concepted, made the pitch, we pitched it, and she got this fabulous book. The beautiful, look at the spine. I don't know if you can see, but it's like an open spine. Is that what's that called, Zoe? I don't even know.
What do you mean? It lays flat. We call it a flat lay.
It is laid flat and it's got some sort of see it. So it's all these
Yeah.
5 awesome weeks of trying new things. I'm just randomly. How fun is
Love
that?
that. It's such a great book on mindfulness as well, isn't it? Just the fact that you can sit and you can sit and draw and do something quiet.
Maybe I'll do it over the holiday.
Erica, have you got more up your sleeve? That's what I want to know. Are you doing more?
Got to do another. And you see that when I say writing a picture book, this is even like a lot of text, and she hand lettered, you don't have to, but sometimes it's this little of text.
Beautiful.
So you don't need to be, you know, like author kind of thing. Okay, who knows Katie Daisy? I think you all must know her work. This was her first book. It's a huge bestseller, How to Be a Wildflower.
Oh, wow.
And she's even better than this now. And this was groundbreaking. But let me show you then her more recent one. I think she has like 10 books and stickers and pencils and everything. Look at this. This is recent, How to Be a Moonflower. It says a field guide. It's really just a gorgeous object all around one theme. So think about your one theme. I'm going to do an exercise too. And she
When
just
are you running your course, Lilla?
April, but get it now for 50%
Oh
off.
my gosh. I
know.
want to come. I wonder if I've got an arty book in me.
Yeah, I know what it
I
is.
don't know.
Yes.
Do you? Oh, don't tell. What is it?
To do how to illustrate a picture book.
I think it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Oh, I want to do it. I want to do the course. Do you think I can do it?
So this is a Katie Daisy journal. So what happens is once you have a really great seller, you just like, look, she just did like a few icons and now she gets royalties on that and in advance. And then this cute little elastic thing. This is a 2022-23 planner with art everywhere. How great is that?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And this, I love this book, 99 Things That Bring Me Joy. This is, where's the freaking author? Oh, I guess it was in-house, but it was illustrated by Hiroko Yoshimoto. And what's so beautiful is it's just illustrating things you think are cute. Something you enjoy doing by yourself.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's really gorgeous. And it's really an encouraging quote. I think it's one small thing you'd like to remember about today, a task you'd love to finish, something you're looking forward to right now. It's just very like reminding you of the good stuff without saying, let's write down all the good things in our life. It's a way to gratitude, really.
I was just going to say that to you. I think everything you've held up has a quality of aspiration and positivity.
Yes.
In a nutshell, really, doesn't it? It's just like a really happy thing that you want to have. You buy it because you know it's going to make you feel good. Yeah, I want to do it.
I want you to do it. You can teach it with me some way. We'll have to figure out what you can do. Okay. This, of course, Lisa Congdon has a career in writing books, and her art is gorgeous. And then she just writes a little thing like every mistake is progress, or then she'll have a spread like that. And then we're not free until everyone is free. With the
it's gorgeous.
Very really gorgeous. You know, I represented her in the very beginning because I saw her. She was something special. You are not alone. Whatever you are going through, someone else is going through something similar. It's so true. So it's just very giving you hope, giving you support. And then a book that all of you can do. This we did with our artist Zoe Ingram. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful book on the beginner's guide to painting with opaque watercolor. And this is the end paper. So she is a career illustrations, but this is a how-to instructional book. Don't worry about the this stuff. The editor and the team will help you write all that, like brushes and palettes and that stuff. But basically what she does is they offered her the book deal because she has all these great projects. Okay, so if you have a number of projects, 8, 10, well, not 8, you'd probably need like 10 to 20. And then you show how to do the project. So this is an instructional kind of book with step outs, step-by-step photos of each phase of the thing. How great is that? That's a book that many of you can do. So that's an example. Here's what I want you to think about. Okay, we're going to do a little, type in the chat or jot on a piece of paper or both. When you think of your own gorgeous book, what excites you? 1, making pictures on a topic you're excited about drawing. That's kind of general. You can type in what topic. 2, taking photos of things you love. 3, showing others how to do a craft or art and all the cool things you can make. I don't see anyone typing in. Oh, here we go. Thank
Oh,
you.
here they come. Yeah.
Okay. Bringing beauty to others. Number 5. 6, helping others socially, emotionally. 7, and you can pick as many as you want. Advocating for something you want to change. And then I want to ask, we'll do, okay, that was good. Social, emotional, taking pictures, advocating, craft. Yeah, you all have books in you. I hate to tell you, you do. So don't worry. And I'm going to help you. I'm so excited about this. We're going to generate so many beautiful books out in the world together. Okay, next question. There are tons of different kinds of arty books, such as, and which do you want for you? A beautiful journal with lots of art and prompts and quotes, and maybe a few thoughts or tiny stories. That's journal. Number 2, a craft or art how-to book that's mostly photos of projects. 3, something you've experienced in life or learned in life that you want to write a lot about and include a few images or checklists or prompts. That's the social emotional. It's like that is Erica's book. You know, I'm sure she's figured out, she's tried all these different things, or things that bring me joy. I know you want to do all. I want to do all too. Number 4, a memoir of a time in your life with a bit of imagery, whether drawings or photos. A time in your life. Okay, that's number 4. So here's what I want to teach you really quickly. Please think of the text in your book. The layouts of the page can be journal prompts. Here's a journal prompt. Like your beverage of choice this morning. Okay, like write your journal, write your beverage of choice, or I have like 100 nonfiction articles. So that's 1. Number 2 is asking questions. You can have quizzes in your book. Quotes by others, like Lisa Congdon has. Action steps. Do this, then this, then this, then this. Oh, fold recipe cards. How-to steps. Same thing. Recipes. Facts. You might just want to do like facts of the weirdest insects in the world. And maybe what you've learned from the insects has informed your life. You know, it can be esoteric as long as it has some way that people can connect in some way. So it's, you know, travel guide information, how I lived out of my van for a year, or where, you know, what to pack. Number 11, your funny little quips and comments, tiny stories of your life or thoughts that you dictate on your phone and automatically transcribe. Zoe, are you getting ideas?
I am, and I'm reading the comments as you're reading this. There's some wonderful things. I mean, Elizabeth says insects or any science book, and I speak to that because I think any kind of STEM subject is really popular with publishers right now. And so by that, we mean sort of science, technology. They call it STEAM now, actually, to include arts as well. But yes to sciences for adults and for kids. And for me, I think listening to you, Lilla, there's definitely a space in the adult market for these sorts of books, but there's also a space in the kids market for these kind of books, both in the non-fiction, illustrated non-fiction world, but also in those kind of, I don't know if you ever saw those Wreck This Journal, different kind of doodle books for kids, coloring books for kids. It all kind of merges together in a beautiful space. So yeah, I mean, someone else put, I can't wait till April. And I'm like, I know, I'm totally with you. Sounds great.
Let's say you do a book like this, and then you're asked to illustrate a picture book for children, or write one on wildflowers for children, or to do a different book. Once you have success, it leads to people like me, agents and art directors like Zoe, and editors to think up, ooh, let's get that artist to do this cool project. So things lead to things. My last
Completely. And just to speak to that, Lilla, there's I would also, it's a top secret thing really, but we don't tend to, I mean, we do look at what other publishers are publishing and who they're working with, but we definitely, art directors tend to look around the edges. So we are looking at products, we are looking at greetings cards, we're looking at apparel, we're looking at those non-fiction books or an arty book to find the person who's going to do the little characters. So say like in Erica's book that you held up earlier, there was a page you opened to and it had, yes, that one, and it had a little row of heads along the bottom of the page. That's the sort of thing that, like, of a weekend, I might be in a shop flicking through something, not expecting to be looking in my commissioning head, and I see that and I'll be like, oh, that's perfect for the book I am commissioning. So you never know when that inspiration's going to hit.
Yeah, you're getting yourself in front of others. I mean, honestly, years and years ago with my illustration career, I said, you know what? I've been pushing the boulder up the hill to promote and make my work good. And now the ball is rolling down on its own. Now I'm just
nice.
Out of the freaking blue. And like even accepting or not accepting offers. You know, and then that happened with the agency, to promote and get it up there. And then now we do lots of promotion, but clients just come to us too. Yeah. And you have that. Just stay with it. Don't give up. That's dumb.
Harpreet says in the comments, Lilla, my Indian recipe book as an idea. And that's another thing that we really talk about in our courses, in all of our courses. Bring your heritage, your individual view of the world, whatever that might be, into your product. And I'm sure that's the same in the arty book course, isn't it? You bring that, what is your story, into your work.
My basic theory, I wrote it on the Florida. The reason why I did this is because I believe that creative people have really special, unique, quirky brains, and you want to find ways to make that something that others can buy. You are capable of coming, you're going to come up with cool books. I know this. And the first chunk of the course is to help get you inspired and ideate. And I have a lot of cool stuff to show you. Okay, the last thing before we go to Zoe picture book tips, and then we're going to, if we have time, we'll answer questions for sure. Journaling exercise. So type this in: what hobby, craft, talent, medium, activity, skill, passion do you love? Do you have? What hobby, craft, talent, medium? Baseball, Alexandra, eating ice cream, cooking, weaving, New York Yankees, foraging, Lindy Hop, violin, skiing, scrapbooking, coding, cool, painting, birding, growing, paper mache, macrame, mushrooming. See, case freaking closed, my people. Okay. Oh my God. I'm like almost crying, I swear to God. Okay. And don't forget mystical stuff. I love the mystical stuff. Sorry, my caps. Tarot, printmaking, stars, tarot, digital, good. Big market for that. Singing, miniatures. Ooh. Okay. What do you collect? Let's talk about your collections for a moment. Shells, bicycles, vintage stamps, radios, plates, dahlia bulbs. What do you collect? Rabbits, squirrels, wood, art supplies, rocks, ceramics, dust.
No, I feel if I asked you this question, we'd be here for hours because your house is full of collections of things, isn't it?
Well, every art and craft supply known to woman, yes.
Yes, yes.
What, number 3?
But,
yes, Zoe, look at this.
I was just going to say, but then I'm thinking about those drawers. Haven't you got drawers in the studio full of like buttons and notions and
Yes.
so
Flat
good.
files, all
Like,
organized, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what travel experience can you share? What travel experience can you share? Born in Germany. Road trip, getting lost in Paris, Iceland. Do you see why I have the coolest students in the flippin' world? And now I'm going to give them the techniques and tools. Backpacking, having luggage stolen in Nice, working in Italy, snorkeling over 50, my brother's Indian wedding in Delhi, first time to an island, my move to France, traveling by train, how to enjoy the Dominican Republic. Okay, you're going to have so many ideas. Here's what I want you to do. Take boot camp that I teach in January, because I have assignments in there that are going to help prepare you for Arty book. And it's an course, and it's 3 months of something every Monday. So take that. And then when that ends, Jan, Feb, March, you'll be ready for the April course. Okay.
And I just have to say about boot camp, if anyone is really unsure of what that is, it's just basically being given one cool project a month in a very bite-sized, manageable way that you can just completely immerse yourself and enjoy. And at the end of the month, you will have created a piece for your portfolio. And I just think it gives you accountability. It gives you something, sometimes you sit down with a blank page and you think, what am I going to do? We take that away for you and we just give you some ideas to get you started off the starting blocks. And it's incredible, the work that comes out. When we look at the gallery of work at the end of each month, no two pieces are the same. And it always, even after all these years, blows my mind. Because you're all given the same stuff, you all create something different. It's totally worth it.
And every Monday you get something. So the first Monday, I'm giving you all kinds of inspiration and a direction and an assignment. And it's more like you're drawing something here and there. You're not making a piece of art. You're drawing these things, getting familiar with, this is what I would do as an illustrator before I did the piece for the magazine or book cover or whatever. I would just draw the thing, get comfortable. You don't even know why. I take that pressure off. And then I go, boom, here's your assignment. Now pick parts of what you did and you're going to make a piece. So, and it's also very instructional. I do get you to look at things and study how you draw the thing. It's not,
it gives you,
it's not a how-to drawing class, but
It gives you a new way of looking, don't you think? It's like a new way of, it just opens your mind up to different possibilities, and it makes you look at things in a completely different light. And I was going to ask you, Lilla, about the new course. How many weeks is it for your new arty book pitch?
I think 5. Is that
So
right?
it's one of our more intense
It's an
courses.
intense one with reviews.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And Greg wrote in the comments while you were just talking that doing boot camp helped to get him into the flow to do some of the other courses. And I think that's such great advice, because the structure that is put into the boot camp is a similar structure, but we do that structure on a weekly basis, not a monthly basis. So we're kind of warming you up with boot camp, and then the big courses, you're like, you understand the structure of the mats, then you get stuck in straight away.
Yeah, boot camp, you get something every Monday, and my big live classes with reviews that are 5 weeks, you get something most days. And it's very intense, but you can work as much or as little as you want, depending on your schedule. And you have it for months and months. You can always come back to it as well. What did I want to say? Okay, last, what social, emotional, or life skill advice do you have? Kindness, anxiety, organizing, making outfits to wear. Not sure that's social, emotional. Well, it's a life skill. You can really do anything you want. Listening to a friend, being efficient, calm, making sure you have the right tools, surviving divorce, love, very cool. Coping with chronic pain, beautiful. Being a carer, lifelong learning, raising kids in country when you don't know anyone, compassion, betting on yourself, surviving a tragic accident, expert on anxiety, games for neurodiverse kids, love it, overcoming
Nice.
love, all these things. There are millions of other people who would love to read it. They've either experienced it or they're just curious. Okay, so here's what I want to tell you. The arty book course, if you can save up to 50% if you get it in my year. And as I said in the beginning, we now have the payment plan of 5 installments. So that's really nice. Okay, enough about me and my course. But that was really fun. And you see that you can do this, people. Okay, yes, boot camp is really just for artists, but the writing courses are for writers and or illustrators. Thank you, Annette. I'm happy you'll be in there. Zoe, here's my question.
Hi.
Hello, Zoe. What do you, as a very expert art director, look for in a portfolio when your editorial team meets with you? Zoe, here's our new manuscript. We love it. It's this tone, it's witty, or it's moving, or it's touching, or it's blah, blah, and we want illustration for it. We want to make this book happen. They come to you. What happens next?
Oh, it's a good question. So usually my job is to partner an illustrator with a text. And as you say, Lilla, each text is different. So some are funny, some have a really moving, maybe this is a career moment. I think I'm on my 4th death book, which actually is pretty good. It's quite rare to do a book about grief. And I think I've done at least 3, if not 4 in my career. So when you're looking for an illustrator to assign next to a book about grief, you're sort of thinking about what the tone of the artwork might be, the reassuring warmth, the quality of the child, the way the people are drawn, so the child can associate with that character. So the main part of my job is to find that connection. And I suppose the number one thing I'm looking for is that compelling character. Even if the text is funny, you need your character to have full of life and vitality, for the child to see the humor on the page and to connect with the child character or the animal character or the thing. So within our course, we do all of those things. We have a story about a thing. And by a thing, I mean, I bought this example. I always hold up this example, but it's a triangle. The John Classen series, there's square, circle, there's a little bit of square and triangle. So it can be a really simple shape. We also do books with animals. I don't have any to here, which is not very helpful, and people. So we talk through all of those different aspects of how to make a great character. I wish I did have an animal book. That was an oversight. Oh, I do. Yes, thank you. I brought along this book. I didn't do this book, but I love this book. The style is really simple.
Love.
But I want you to look at the expressions on these two characters. So we talk about how you can take your a drawing of an animal and turn it into a character with that kind of look at these guys. Can you see this?
Tender.
So sweet. So lovely. It's funny. So that's probably the number one thing I look for, is that compelling character that makes me want to know a little bit more about the story. And this book particularly, it's got a very nice text. Can I read you the first page?
Oh yeah, I'd love you to.
Yeah, I didn't write this and I didn't work on it. I bought it because I liked it. Hello, I'm Frank. This is me and my best friend Bert. We love to play hide and seek. Bert thinks he's brilliant at hiding, but he isn't. He's terrible at it. And I just love that little picture. It's so sweet and so charming. And so I think a big part of my job is that connection with those characters, seeing them and really loving them. The second thing I really look for, Lilla, is being able to put those characters into a beautiful setting. And the other person I brought along to talk about today was Devon Holsworth. Do you remember her from our first course?
Yes.
So this is absolutely brilliant. And Devon did the first, I think it was the first, maybe the second class of illustrating children's books with us. And then I met with her pretty much by chance at the Bologna Children's Book Fair. And at the Children's Book Fair, I'm there for 2 or 3 days. I have lots of meetings with lots of agents, see lots of portfolios. I mean, literally hundreds of pieces of artwork. And I remember on the second day going home, sitting in the apartment with my friend and saying, I think the best thing I saw was Devon Holsworth. And I messaged her privately on Instagram and said, can we meet again? And she gave me the sort of what became, it was the start, it was a dummy book, which she'd worked up after we'd done illustrating children's book class, and she'd created this character. She'd come up with this beautiful pitch, and this was the start of it. It moved and changed as we worked on it, but this book was the beginning, and we saw it at the book fair together. So I'm just going to
book. Okay.
Yes. So I'm just going to show you again, like that kind of, we talked a little bit earlier today about how your characters don't always have to be smiley, and she just had so much tenderness and expression in her characters. Look at that pose, absolutely beautiful.
Really?
But she also has the ability to create these scenes. Look at that. And these animals, you know, they all look like they have a story to tell. I just love it. It's so sweet. So I'm always looking for people that can do great characters and put them into a gorgeous setting. We've gone on to do 2 books with her now. This is the other one that we've worked on, Sophie's Stories, which is really lovely.
That's a good character. May I see that again? On the
Yes, yeah.
The way the expression is, you can see the level of excitement, and it really like the energy in that child who's so excited to share their stories or whatever.
Such a nice idea as well. It's that kind of the premises that she reads, she loves reading, she reads a book and she falls into the story. So she falls into like Arabian Nights.
Oh my God, that's every kid's dream.
Let me see, there's a really nice, she eventually ends up in the North Pole. It's really cute.
Do that with her?
Yes, yeah.
And
I love the imagination, you know, look at this. She's asleep, she's dreaming, she's in the flower. Really beautiful. Oh, that's great. Thank you. I'm just gonna show you that again in case you're ordering now.
That just come out pretty recently.
Do you know what? This came out in the pandemic. So I'd say it's probably 2020. Let me see. 2021.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I look for great characters. I look for someone who can put those characters into a scene and bring the sort of imagination and this world to life. I'm trying to think, what else would there be? I mean, I always am attracted to cool color palettes.
Style.
I like style. Yeah, I think we get a lot of questions about that over all of our classes about what style. And the truth is, you know, you guys can work in any medium. There's no hard and fast rules. You can work digitally. You can. We had Black Line Gate, didn't we? Where it was like nobody has any characters with lines. But then I didn't work on these books, but this is the wonderful Ada Twist Scientist by Andrea Beatty, and David Roberts is the illustrator. But let's look at these characters. It's, you know, it's a watercolor style Lilla with a pencil outline. So there's no rules. You can do whatever you like. I think John Klassen is probably a digital artist, probably, but brings all of this wonderful texture into, you know, it could just be a plain triangle, but he still brings that
Traditional.
texture. Yeah.
That's watercolor.
So I think I am drawn to style. Oh, and I absolutely love this book. Do you have this one?
Oh, no, but I'm familiar. Yeah.
This is great. And she's a collage artist. Yeah.
Wow.
Stunning.
You know, okay.
Just beautiful.
You're looking at this work and you're thinking, oh my God, it's so good. I'm not that good. I'm never going to be that good. Let me tell you, everybody you're looking at started not that good. Everyone starts not that good. First of all, you can't decide on how much talent you have. You do not know how much talent you are capable of. Okay.
Yeah.
I like to be in my studio. And I like to sit or get up and make art or write content or mentor my artists on Zoom. But I need to walk more. This will come back to a point. Well, guess what? I walked down to the cafe yesterday, did some work on my laptop, had my laptop in my backpack, so over a mile, and walked back. I don't normally, so if I said, oh, I'm somebody who doesn't walk, that's dumb because, and if you say you're somebody who isn't that good, that's dumb because you don't know how good you are. No one knows. The only way you're going to know is by making more and more work. And if you make more and more work with good instruction, you naturally 100% will get better. It's a fact. I have seen it in all my 40 years of teaching artists. I cannot predict who's going to do it, who's going to have a great career. But when I see somebody who shows up in class, hands in the assignment, gives a lot of time to the assignment, I'm like, yeah, they're going to make it because they're getting better and they're giving their all. So that is how you know. So when you look at this, all this gorgeous work and you go, oh my God, I could never do this. Well, Sophie Blackall could never do this when she started either, you know, and she worked hard. So
I think it's so true. And what I love about the maths classes, I'm sorry for all the people who hear me say this every time, but it's genuinely 100% true. Personally, when we teach the classes, we see all of you, we see all of your work, and there's nothing better than watching you go through that journey. And we have several students that have signed up over and over again. And each time they do the class, they grow and grow and grow. And so where at the beginning, we might see your work and think, it's almost there, but it's not quite. It becomes there. And it's such a joy. It's such a joy when something clicks. Do you know what I mean, Lilla? When you see a student, like, I feel like the one that comes to mind for me is Paloma, who's one of your artists. That somebody who has really grown within our maths classrooms. And I remember there was a point, I think she did some work maybe on Jenny's text, The Woman Behind the Bus. I think it was that one for me that really stood out. And I was like, oh, this is great. Yeah, and I feel like all of the students that we've got in the classroom go through that growth period. I also very much enjoy teaching the classes because we never know what we're going to get. When I write the texts each time and you work on your text, Jenny's contributed texts, we never know quite how the pictures are going to come out. And then we watch over those 4 or 5 weeks to see, and it just is heartwarming and blows my mind a little bit to see my words come to life as well.
So Emily, can you say that comment again to everyone? I saw you pop up, Emily, and I'm like, Emily Hamilton. She writes, thanks to Mats, I managed to turn my illustrating and authoring dream into a reality. I'll always be so thankful I joined, and will carry on. Yes, Emily was so great. I loved your work even back then. And then I saw her go on to greatness from being in class from the beginning. And
Yeah.
you have success stories and so forth, which British Jenny writes the testimonials in the newsletters. I hope you find the newsletters inspiring and useful, and sometimes with practical information. But also testimonials are to give you, you know, Emily Hamilton, so many of us have felt beaten down by being an artist. You know, you can't make money, and you know, you can't do it, and it's impossible. It's not true. It's what I'm on this planet to help you dispel those myths. It's not going to be handed to you on a platter, but you will have life. You will have a career to life, for life. Okay.
It's true. Brian has just put in the comments, I have Zoe as my art director. This is 100% true. So yes, that was a perfect example. Brian was in class. I'd seen him do a few pieces and I thought, oh, there's something there that's really magical. And then I was I kid you not, I was in conversation with a publisher. She said, oh, I've got this new text, and she started describing it to me. I said, do you know what? I think I've got someone who's just perfect for it. I sent Brian's Instagram to this publisher, and I kid you not, within 2 days, she was like, we love it. We want to do it. Can we do it? It's all about timing. It's all about we talked to you in the class about building your Instagram, building your portfolio, getting your best pieces of work out there for people like me and Lilla to see. It does work. And Brian is amazeballs.
Brian is somebody who had some work, but I'm not, because he came from a full-time job and doing art, but he needed to make it speak to art directors and agents in specific markets. And that's what the course did. And I saw that happen. And then I took him on as an artist, and Zoe took him on for a gig. I want to read Carol's comment. My portfolio burned in a fire 20 years ago, and I'm finally starting to return to my voice in art. Carol, we're all feeling you so much.
We're here. Let's do it.
I can't imagine. I once had one of my pieces stolen out of, it was on the wall in the art school, and it was taken. And that one piece, that was really hard and set me back a little. I can't imagine your whole thing. I'm so sorry, but you know what? Try to figure out if there's some way that will free you to now make new work in a new light. You know, that's what I do. Okay, we have Q&A, and then we are going to do the guessing game to pick a winner for my kid book pitch. That's the writing and illustrating picture book. So let's see. Q&A. So Jennifer Labre asks, and this was at the very beginning, so we may have answered that, but what's the best way to get started drawing characters for kid books? Take the kid book class, illustrating picture books. Yeah.
Did you ask me the question? Sorry, I was distracted. What's the best way to get started drawing characters for kid books? Well, Jennifer, if you're still, are you here still? Have you done any of our classes? I'd love to know that, first of all. Yes, great, wonderful, a bunch, lovely. Thank you so much. I think, oh, the poll just popped up. The best way to start drawing characters for kids' books, there are lots of different approaches, and my number one is to just draw. If you want to draw children, observational drawing is the number one step, and it can feel a little bit intimidating. You know, classes often talk about going and drawing out on plein air, drawing people in the park, at the library. Oh, Lilla, did you want to add?
Observational means drawing actual people in real life. Okay.
Yeah, you know, the thing is you can do that. You can use magazines, you can even use YouTube, you can study people through that way. Lilla has a wonderful course if you haven't taken it, on drawing faces. Lilla's a genius at proportion. I love the things you've taught me about proportion. I think they're all in there, but I'm not often able to
That's
quantify it in
right.
the same way.
Yes, Sonia says Lilla's art recipes drawing faces help me because I also have you draw children and the proportion.
Yeah.
Look at lots of illustrations of children and see
Yeah.
how different people do it. If you do
Yeah.
draw from someone else's work, like just to study, if you copy a bunch for your own personal work, copy different styles to learn it, set it aside, and then go draw your own thing, because you cannot,
Yeah.
you're not copying, but just, or study, you don't have to even draw it, just look at how they do it, look how other
And you know, it's the same with animals too, Lilla. You know, I was talking to my husband the other day. He's doing a thing at the weekend here for charity, and it's called a draw off, where it's for artists. The kids all shout things out. The artists have a certain amount of time to draw what the kids are suggesting, and then they pick a winner. And I don't know, there's money for charity. Anyway, he was saying he feels like he needs to brush up on the direction of animals' legs, because he's like, I can't remember. Do a cow's legs go forward or back, you know, in the hind quarter? He's pretty good at remembering all of it. But he'll do a bit of research before he goes in. So with animals, you have to do that observational drawing as well. Then within the classes, Jennifer, I'd love to know if you've taken the illustrating for children's book course. I feel like maybe you haven't, because within that class, we definitely talk about how you make an animal character, a human character, how you make it into a kid's book appealing character. So if you haven't done that and you're interested in it, there is definitely some help within that class for you. I'm watching the comments to see. Emily, this book that I held up sneakily was my book. I didn't illustrate it, I wrote it. It's called The Garden We Share. So if you, it's one of my death books.
And what I do in a lot of the courses is I'll put in artwork or photos and talk you through what to look at and observe, to teach you how to observe, to teach you how is this arm moving, or what's the neck doing, where are the shoulders, are the shoulders up to the ears or down low, where are they, you know, I think like that. That teach you how to draw better. So that's all there. Okay, let's see. Emily, will you put your question? Well, I'll answer it now, but be sure you put your questions, everybody. Go ahead and put them in the Q&A. That way I'll be sure to see them. Emily asks, what's the best way to put a book idea forward for an arty book? Would you need the whole text or some snippets and illustration ideas? She's talking about a nonfiction illustrated book, the arty book. Yes, you do not write the whole thing. That's the cool part. You give morsels, table of contents, you give some sample chapters, and then some other things that publishers want to see that we'll go over. Yeah, so that's what you will do. That's the beauty of it. You do not write the whole freaking thing, because they're going to morph and shape it with you. Okay, we have a bunch of questions we're going to go through really fast. Tammy says, recently I had a review and was told there are not enough children and animals showing connection in my portfolio. Okay, well, that's good information. At the moment, I have more nonfiction work, which I find easier. My year of art school was amazing this year. Thank you. Can you advise how I can learn more about drawing children and animals and concentrate on this area? Well, yes, we just answered that. Take children's books and do all the things we said.
Yeah.
How many, anonymous attendee says, how many hours a day on average are students devoting to participating in these amazing courses? I want to be sure I can give it my all. People, how many hours a day or a week? Can you type in, those of you that have taken the classes? I know some people have full-time jobs and some people are full-time. You can do whatever you want, so.
I think it varies as well, doesn't it? Because boot camp, it's something that you could work on for an hour or two in the evenings, or maybe you do like, yeah, a week. You could just do a little bit here and there. But with the 5-week intensive courses, those are like our meatiest ones. I think you have to, yeah, somebody put 15 hours a week, Raquel, and she's done a few. I think you do have to keep up with it. But here's the thing, you get access, Jenny or Louise will jump in here, but when you take the course, the 5-week course, you do get access to the course for 6 months, 12 months. So you can go back and take it again. And I think that's actually my best advice, because when you're in the course for the 5 weeks, there is so much information coming at you. If you do have a full-time or a part-time job or a family, a young family to look after, it's a lot to find the time for. You come back to it the second time round and you see things that you didn't see that first time round. So you get an even richer experience, I think.
Well, I just want to speak to how you can find the time. You can find the time. You don't binge watch. You listen to any audio, maybe in your commute, or if you're on a bus or a train, you can watch the video then, the video of the week or whatever. You can put it on in the background. You can be sketching while you are, nursing your baby or at lunch with your job. You find the time, and I motivate you so much. You're going to want to find the time. And
I always remember Erica watched at the dentist once and then suddenly was like, I've got to go in now. Bye, everyone.
Oh, right. And, it's, you're very, very motivated. You will. Matt, British Jenny says, boot camp starts with a whole new assignment each month. So if you get behind on one, you can start again. Yeah, but I'm focusing more on people being successful, not why we can't, why we can. Another thing is that you can spend 1 hour a week on boot camp and do just fine. And you're going to learn a lot and you will do some drawings. You can spend 10 hours on boot camp. It doesn't matter, because it's you and your point on your own path. It's not a competition or comparison. So it doesn't even matter. It's not like you need to read 50 pages or else you can't move forward. There's no what you must accomplish. Okay, so that I really want you all to remember that. Okay, I said I'd answer fast. Oh well. Okay, Sayana Mukherjee may ask something to Lilla and Zoe both. Why children's book illustration has particular style? Why that particular style, whimsical style, is so popular? Almost 90% styles like that. Why is that so important? That's such a good question. I know you see the style maybe looking similar. You might come at it from a different perspective, but as long as the work does what Zoe says, a great character with expressions, with poses, emotions, in beautiful scenes, I don't care if you do it out of twigs, bark, and toothpicks. I really don't.
It's really interesting for me because I struggle to understand the question, because I'm looking at them all thinking, oh, they're all so different. So I guess
it's very Western. Okay.
Yes.
Western.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
She's writing from Southeast Asia.
Oh yeah, Sayana. Yeah, where are you writing from? I'd love to know that. For me, that's just yeah, I'm trying to think of the way to answer it. I guess what I look for within anything, I wish I had some here that were more digital. I have done some books that are.
Oh, she's from Dublin. Okay.
Oh, brilliant. Hi.
I mean, just do a different look. Do your own look.
It can be any artwork style, but it is all about, we had a question just before about the connection between two characters. That is the number one thing, the connection between the reader and the character. Even if it's a really simple board book with a really digital style, it still has a connection for the reader and the character. Within a narrative story, a longer picture book, there has to be a rapport between the characters. And I guess that maybe leads you to create perhaps what you would describe as more whimsical style. Maybe I'd think of it as more narrative.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've helped, but
This one by our artist. You grab here. So this is by our artist.
I love those.
And this is very graphic. Does this feel different? Because it's not rendered and soft and stuff. That's different. It's just what we grabbed. It's just what we grabbed.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a must, but you need to be able to scan in your work and send it. Okay. Nina says, is there anything you would suggest we do to prepare for April arty book classes? Yes, I'm sorry to tell you, go to bookstores and look on Amazon, just look at books. Get savvy of what's going on in the marketplace so you understand. Be your own researcher, look at a book and see, who does this appeal to? What is this about? Do I understand from the cover at a glance what this book is selling me and telling me? Okay. When will we be picking the consultation, today or April? No, in December, sometime in December. And that's the consultation when you write a comment on that orange Instagram post. How many pages should you plan on for an arty book? How many illustrations? We will go over that in class, but you're only writing the pitch. So that's something you'll work out with the art director and editor. They'll say, we're seeing this as 120 pages or 250 pages or 310 pages or something. And we're seeing lots of illustration with one sentence per, and whatever you've pitched to them, you've shown them what you're thinking and you work together. They want it to succeed. Let's see. Does it matter if you don't have much professional work in there?
No, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't matter whether you if you're maybe a seasoned pro with 10 books under your belt or you're absolutely brand new.
Question, because people didn't see that.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. See, she can read the question and I can too. I think there's a difference between commissioned work and illustrations you do as a result of mats in a portfolio. Does it matter if you don't have much professional work in there? No, it doesn't matter, as long as we can understand how it could be used. Colleen,
and actually just quickly on that, the book we held up at the beginning, Love Grows Everywhere, this one here, Tisha was actually more of a fine art painter before she took the course, and I commissioned her on the back of that work that I saw in mats. I could see the potential. I was happy to do the work with her on the book to build more into her portfolio, and it was fine.
Colleen says, I'd love to take a class, but I'm wondering, with so many students in a class, do you actually look through every project that is submitted? Yes, we look at every
We do.
We don't review every single one because it would get monotonous too. There's certain things that repeat and we go over the main themes. We select a handful of illustrations, which seems to work very well for people. How do you choose a project? Nina Hercog asks, how do you choose a project? I have too many ideas all the time. Yay, Nina. I all relate. Creative people have many ideas and we'll work on that. Just during this inspirational Zoom, I thought of 2 new ideas on top of probably 20 I have on the shelf. So then I just jump from one to the other and end up doing nothing. So how do you choose? Okay, that is the creative mind or the ADHD mind or whatever you want to call it. It's a wonderful problem to have, a wonderful gift. And what we'll do is we will sort through you'll sort through your ideas to come out with the one that you think is most, that you enjoy, that you really want to write, and is most marketable, and that you have the most number of ideas about. So, and then you commit to it and so forth. And the course will help you commit because you will be writing, creating content each week for it. And I make it games. I make it like games and playful. I have like, I brought this over from the Arty book course to the kid book pitch where I had you, didn't I have you fill in to make the book summary? Didn't I have you like answer the questions and then it makes the summary, right? That was cool. So before you know, I have a book summary. Who can write a book summary?
Yeah.
That's possible. But with my system, everybody did a great job. Okay. Let's see, Vandella Vrensk, what's more important, pitching children's books ideas to publishing houses, hunt for an agent, or just try to push my portfolio into the world? Take the MBA class, Money Badass. Beth and I are talking, having our Zoom on it on next Tuesday, and come to that because we'll talk about these things of which career do I do? And the course, the MBA course, is a great course with a big workbook to help you go through that. Because every course I write is because what my students need and ask for. Important pitching books. Adele, what is a children's book that really makes you grasp with how? Oh,
This is hard because this changes almost on a daily basis. And if you walk into a bookshop, you'll always see something that will take your breath away. But I would like to say one of the people I'm working with right now is Alison Colvoice, and she's an Australian artist. And I feel so blessed to be working with her. And her work is one that I just, when I get the files, I'm like, I love it. It does take my breath away. But honestly, every artist I commission, I have that connection with and feel like I'm so happy to be working with them. And they all have something. There's no one thing, one person that you'd be like, oh, there's just this one thing. There's something everywhere. Would you agree, Lilla?
I think it's unanswerable. Okay, Katie Stack, are you able to share the questions from the journal activity today? Can you tell me what you mean by that, Katie? I'm not sure I understand. Michelle B, what time are the lives? I have a full-time job and wonder how to make it work. They're usually around noon Eastern, but they're recorded so you can watch at your convenience. Jocelyn, do you think you'll ever offer a hand lettering course in the future? I am doing a little hand lettering reveal in boot camp in February. I'm working on writing that now and I'm like so obsessed. I have like a bucket of lettering of content for when I do a lettering course one day, but I'm putting a bunch of it into that Feb. Harpreet says, I was thinking of taking Money Badass. Good. Anita writes, does it matter if you don't have a professional illustration qualification? No, not at all. I don't even know if my artists that I represent even went to art school, college, graduated from high school. I don't care. It's about the work. Okay.
Totally. I had that question this week actually in our Q&A. I was like, no, I don't need to know that you did a major in biology and microbiology. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, MBA course, Carol, is to help you figure out all the different things you can do and then which ones and sort it out, because that's a big issue for creative people. It's worse and better now than ever before. In the old days when I started, there were very few opportunities for creatives. So, but even then I felt like one of the things I wanted to do in 1976 when I graduated from art school in California was I wanted to go to Boulder and just make stained glass and sell it on the street.
Oh, it sounds perfect.
I didn't know I could probably barely pay rent doing that. But anyway, there was that as I took stained glass in college. And I'm actually going to work on a piece for my daughter later today, this afternoon. And then, or maybe I want to, I thought of all the things. It was hard. And now there are even more opportunities, but there are more ways to get those opportunities. So you live in a very wonderful time, people. Okay. That's it for the questions. I think we're ready for the giveaway. You all have been patient. but we wanted to make sure we got through everything. No way, Cindy Chavez says, "Ha, I have a piece of stained glass I bought in 1973 on Telegraph Ave in Berkeley." Yeah, that was the other place I wanted to do it, Telegraph Ave in Berkeley. OMG, you might have, in another life, you might have bought my piece of art. That's so cool. So that's just an example. We all are overwhelmed with all the options. The courses help you stay on task, focused. They keep you focused with assignments. You produce work that ends up with something you can then pitch. Wool sweaters, manila folders. Oh, here we go. Greg starts getting. Okay, this is a good one. She thought it was hard.
Well, remind me again what we're winning.
We're
What are we
winning
winning?
my the writing and illustrating book course, my kid book pitch course.
Nice.
Yeah, you should do an arty book on your silly answers. Yes, that's great. Okay, so if you haven't done this before, you can answer as many times as you want, as often, all whatever. It goes very, very quickly. We have a lot of people here. So Kim in the background and I look and try to spot the answer. We don't always get the first person who says it. We try, but we don't. So you get what you get and you don't get upset. Okay. Category is a character in a circus. A character in a circus.
Oh, it's gonna go way too fast.
Okay, it's 2 words.
Ooh.
Oh. Still too fast.
I don't
Thought that might slow them down.
Okay, 2 words. The first word.
Oh, I saw it.
Yep, is it Liz?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Liz Dickerson. Bareback rider, Liz Dickerson. Liz Dickerson, bareback rider. Bareback rider. And here's, and I'm gonna share the screen of bareback rider. Oops. Whoa. See?
Brilliant.
Bareback rider of all time. Okay. Did I stop the share? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So don't forget, we only do the sale every November. It's the only time we do the 50% off for the My Year and 30 for the others. So now's the time. Wasn't that a hard one? Whoa, I so vibed that. Oh, Liz, I'm so excited. That's great. You're going to be in class. Good, good. So don't forget, see me and Beth on next Tuesday. That's going to be really good. That's very creative, career biz oriented about all that. Zoe, this has been fabulous. Thank you so much for taking up your time. I know you're in England and it's like 7:30 or something. Or
6:30, it's fine. I'm in a much better mood than when I was when we started. So thanks very much for that.
yes, it does that. It always puts me too. Me too. I was a little cranky this morning, and of course I know I'm happy seeing all my people.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. You're wonderful. Please believe in yourself. Please don't give up. If you want it so badly, please honor that. That means you're meant to do it. There's room for everybody. It's not a limited pie that we cut up. The pie expands. The opportunities, nobody's going to say, oh, sorry, you have a great book idea. I'm not going to do your great book idea. Publishers will produce more books. Agents will take on more artists. We don't just say, oh, that's it. I'm only, we expand. So there's opportunity for everyone. Please don't give up.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing you in class. There's a few people here who have already signed up while we've been chatting, which is great. So I can't wait to see you in our class. It'd be lovely.
British Jenny says you're going to do them anyway, so you might as well get them now for less. It's true. As we bombard you with sales newsletters over the year, you're going to be like, yeah, I definitely want to take that arty book course. Yeah, I definitely want to take boot camp. So just go ahead and do it. it's an investment that's worth it. It's better investment than a vacation, which is over in like a week or 5 days. And, you know, this is your career and you'll make money from it. You'll make money.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fun too. It's really fun and you'll feel such a great sense of achievement.
Yes. So fun. It's a great income stream when you make that, get that work out there. Okay. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Have a really lovely Christmas. Dare I say it? Can we do that? We put our Christmas tree up in our studio today.
I say winter
Christmas.
because I don't do Christmas.
Oh yeah, of course. Winter holiday. Sorry, that is better. But we did put the tree up and the lights. It's great.
That's wonderful.
I'm very excited.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye bye bye.